Welcome to episode 41 of the Rebel Army podcast, the official podcast of Cork City Football Club. This week we look back on 2 fixtures, plus look forward to Super Cup. Yeah, back in the hot seat with Aaron. How are you?
I could be better now after last night, Stephen, I'll be honest.
Well, I suppose it's weird, isn't it? Because there was the high of Friday followed by the low of Monday, like.
Yeah.
The case of the Monday blues, definitely, all wrong.
The Monday, very annoying blues. I'd say the first 45, everyone was quite happy with, bar the Shawnee going off early.
Do we know how?
I don't.
It looked like a bit of a grind strain or something.
I have no idea what it was, to be honest. We're recording this for those listening the day after, so we haven't really had much of an update on it. But and
then Greg went off at half time.
Greg went off at half time, but I'll be honest now, like,
is that just tiredness?
I don't know, like, that's 2 games in 3 days for Greg, who said himself in interviews and on the podcast that he kind of needs to manage himself a bit this year. So, and
plus you'd imagine Tim was keeping an eye as well on Friday, so that like as in Friday coming, but you don't want to overdo it, because then you could be to the detriment of Friday as well.
Exactly. And if you look at how Sligo Rovers got on, they were bottom of the table on no points going into yesterday.
Then they beat Rovers.
And they had a massive win over Shamrock Rovers in Sligo.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden they'll be very confident coming into Friday. I know we battered them in pre-season.
The league is wide open. Like.
It is, yeah. So
I saw
someone...
At one stage last night, at half-time, I think, or coming up to half-time, we were second in the league.
Were we? I didn't even notice that.
So I couldn't make it down to Waterford, but so I watched it online, and it was really interesting because it was my first time kind of properly getting to watch the Virgin coverage and all that.
Yeah, how was it actually? I saw it.
Quite good.
I saw some clips. I noticed they were very good on X. Putting up videos through goals, chances.
They give goal updates. They didn't break to the goal during the match, but they give up goal updates at the bottom of the screen and stuff like that.
Did they show them at half time or full time or anything?
At full time.
Okay.
At full time.
I saw they did a poll, like an interactive poll where people could vote, which we won that poll.
Yeah, well, Waterford were winning at the start, and
people saw, I think, how good we were first half and said, no, I think Cork City are okay. But no, to be fair to Virgin, they've been like that with every game. They're especially on social media, they're cutting to goals, chances, dubious second yellow cards, and other bits like that. So no, they've been very good.
And I think, like, I know we said last week about the cameras. Well, they had more cameras there last night than
they had a drone.
They had a drone.
Very snazzy, was
very Sky Sports-ish kind of.
It looked like I got. Do you know what? I actually I put on the Virgin player in the RSC while I was there, and I saw the running track. It looked like, a cutscene for the Olympics or something. Like, it felt nearly wrong. I know you're looking at it when you're at the RSC, but it felt wrong seeing it. But no, the coverage is brilliant. The extra cameras, they had pitch side cameras near the dugouts and stuff like that for the extra angles of managers complaining and stuff like that, which is always good. It's a good addition to a broadcast.
And it's interesting because they don't have the big massive production kind of thing that RT do, but yet they're able to produce a good quality product.
Yeah, it's brilliant. What I like about it is, like, even the drone, for example, it's just a drone with like a wireless receiver on it. They're proving that, the industry standard and the norms of doing things. There's always other ways and cheaper ways and sometimes better ways of doing things.
It's a bit like video creation in many ways. You know how, like, long ago, like, you nearly need a film crew if you were making an ad for, like, even for Cork City or something. No, one fella can turn up with a camera and do the same thing.
Exactly, yeah. If you were doing something like this, like you'd need a studio production team.
Yeah.
It's the 2 of us in a room and I have a little unit next to me. Do you know what I mean? There's ways of doing things not on a budget or something, but differently, and
there is,
on a smaller scale, but still getting a decent result.
You listen to some shows on the radio there, and they're there for about 5 minutes thanking everyone that's on the show, and you're kind of like, who's in?
We're just thanking the Crown Centre for letting us into the room.
We thank someone for not opening the door in the middle of the podcast.
Exactly. But no, it's been brilliant, and I think it's encouraging. That was obviously our first game on TV. We're on TV at home again in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, so they plugged it last night as well.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if they bring the drone down, because I know when we've tried to do drone stuff in the past, it's just inside the radius for the airport, so it's the rulings are strange. So we'll see. I hope they do, because it'll look great.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm
just
looking forward to that.
above the stage.
Just get like a cherry picker. TG Carr sent a cherry picker last year for the women's game. Had it behind the St. Dan's and they had the camera up really high.
Yeah.
It looked a bit mad, really, but Turner's Cross looks class from above. So
it does, yeah. It looks
hopefully
really
there's
good.
something like that.
But like I suppose going back to last night, unbelievable start. That was an unbelievable finish by Alex.
What a way to get your first City goal.
Yeah,
honestly, what a finish. Should have had a second not too long after as well with the shot that he put wide. But what a finish that was! The way he cut in made the defender look a bit silly.
Yeah,
and smashed it into the roof of the net.
I know, it was fantastic. Like, was it like, and he nearly got a duplicate of it not so long afterwards. Like, I'd say maybe, I don't know, it was in the first half anyway.
Yeah.
He went in on goal again and it was nearly
He had a couple of chances, to be fair to him. What I loved about it, and we were talking about it up in the media area, was where we were was in the homestand, and obviously they were very loud for the pre-match and as the teams were coming out. And there's just something magnificent about when you score and the place falls silent, and like I could hear the City fans over the other side and see the City fans celebrating. I'm in pure silence in the homestand, where the only people that were shouting were me and Paul in the media area. It was there's something majestic about that.
Brilliant. And like, I suppose looking back, we could have probably gone 2 or 3-0 up in the first half. Like,
yeah,
you know,
and you know what? It's one of those games where you look at what happened in the second half, decisions that went against us, the goals that they got, and you're really disappointed then that you didn't get 1 or 2 more in the first half, just to have an extra bit of a cushion.
Like if you look at it, like the sending off of Freddie, I mean, he probably made 2 tackles, and like
he made 2 tackles in 2 fouls in the whole game, and he was booked for both of them.
Yeah,
that's what
you know, it's a bit
Tim
unfair.
said in his, at this point, infamous post-match interview, that there was Waterford defenders and Waterford players who made significantly more fouls than Freddie did. That went unpunished, and Freddie made 2 and got 2 yellow cards and was sent off.
Shocking was the word, but that's what I remember hearing on the press in the interview last night.
There was a couple of words,
it came across a few times. It wasn't just from Tim, supposedly, but anyway, But do you know what? I can understand his frustration and his anger, because, you know, they were playing so well, and that decision had a huge impact on them. Yeah. It does. It changes the game. Even though Keats did have a chance there, like, but that was another weird decision whereby he was given a goal kick, and it was as clear as day it was a corner.
I'll be honest now, right? And I had this in our Twitter updates as well. Like, it was one of the biggest deflections you'll ever see a shot take, and it's even the way the ball was spinning, there was no way it could spin that way naturally from the shot. And I watched the clip back, and he points for the goal kick, and nobody reacts because everyone assumes it's a corner. And then I think Keats looks at him, and like, you can see Keats' reaction is just complete and utter disbelief. In fairness
to the assistant referees, I think they spotted it.
Yeah, but look how far away they were. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like, I could see, if, like, I'm surprised if it was an English match, the Specsavers would have definitely picked up on that on Twitter.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
because they love those clips.
Yeah. Probably to an extent unfair on him as well to be given that game, because he was the same ref that refed the playoff between us and Waterford a couple of years ago. Yeah, there's a couple of decisions in that as well. It's like, it's just, I don't want to have a Tim situation here where I'm ranting about him. Like, we
have to be careful doing the same thing. For those listening, we're not going to go to town. We don't want to get the club in too much trouble.
We might, but you won't hear it because I'll have to edit it out. But probably it's one of those ones where the less said about it, the better. But
there was some good signs last night. I mean, obviously, Kit came in for a kind of
Kit did well as well.
Appearance as in a start anyway.
But Freddie I suppose the first half was very good. But Freddie, that first half was brilliant. I thought.
Brilliant, yeah, he was excellent,
brilliant.
And like Tane was like, geez, that save, like, unbelievable save. That was top class. He was just unlucky that there happened to be one of their lads there ready to pounce straight away. Like,
yeah, but there was another save before that. Like, that was off the line, but there was another save that was going in the top left corner.
And he put it over for the corner. Yeah, I remember. It was brilliant. Yeah.
I'm really happy with him. Like, we obviously last year with Brad as well, but we had a couple of years where we had serious goalkeeping issues. Remember 23? That's, I think we had 5 or 6 goalkeepers in one season. Yeah. I lost track. I gave up who was on goal at one stage. I don't blame you. I was at the match, I don't blame you. But no, Tyne's been brilliant. Like, he's he's hit the ground running. I know he'd a ropey start in the friendly against Bowes and people were questioning him, but he's been brilliant. So, that save last night was phenomenal as well, overshadowed by the fact it was followed up and finished. But
there was a team at one stage last night. I think there was 4 Dutch players on the pitch, 2 for them and 2 for us.
Really, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it's amazing, like how the international kind of element is coming into the league a bit.
Which is brilliant to see, though. You want that.
Yeah,
you want that. That grows the league. Gets a bit more outside interest in the league as well from fans of those countries or people who know those players. But it was good. Malik as well, I suppose, he looked sharp yesterday.
He did, yeah. And in fairness to Harvey, he did well when he came on for Shawnee as well.
Yeah, Harvey did brilliantly. Well. Harvey was brilliant when he came on. Benny was good as well.
Yeah.
Had the jersey pulled off him at one point and no foul, no booking, no nothing. But anyway,
it was the same as it with Harvey as well. It was like nearly wrestling in the box.
There was one in the box. It literally looked like a WWE move. Like Harvey was flung around.
How was that? Like, I don't know. What do you need to get a penalty?
Well, Tim said he's going to start telling the players to start rolling around and play acting because he said that in his interview afterwards with the media. So
literally, that was a wrestling
move. That seems
move.
to work. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it worked for Freddie's second yellow card anyway. So,
So unfortunate because I suppose after the high of Friday was unbelievable. Everything about it, the atmosphere,
class
to beat. I suppose one of the big Dublin clubs at home. First kind of, I suppose, appearance by one of them down in Cork for a while as well. It was just brilliant. Like, I mean, I thought it was a masterclass from Shawnee as well on Friday night. Like,
Shawnee was phenomenal. Do you know what? Just to mention as well, Dara Crowley made his 100th league appearance on Friday night.
Yeah.
And we also missed Dara's birthday on Twitter a few weeks ago, which he will not ever forgive me for.
Poor old Dara.
So, apologies, Dara, but you got your 100th appearance post anyway, so
yeah, and he's playing well.
You got
too.
something. But Friday was brilliant. Absolutely packed out Turner's Cross. It felt like a hell of a lot more than 5,034 there. It felt like double it at one point with the noise. Bowes brought a good crowd, to be fair.
Yeah. Did it?
It adds to the occasion when you have an away following that are loud for some of the game anyway. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just something that's missing in the first division. You know, when a team scores against you in the first division, you hear 3 fellas down the far end of the St. Anne's celebrating. So as much as we complain about the other clubs, particularly the Dublin clubs, they do bring a good travelling support. So and that does add to it. So that was brilliant. I don't think there was anybody in the stadium bar those 500 Bowes fans that didn't enjoy themselves because it was absolutely class. The pandemonium when Keith's shot went in.
There was something epic about that, wasn't there? Yeah.
What I love most about it was the fact that, not that it was a goalkeeping mistake, but he probably should have saved it.
Yeah.
Which I think makes it a more enjoyable moment. Do you know what I mean? Because you see the shot and you think, oh, he has this. And then it goes in and it's like...
Yeah. I hope the fans were okay in the corner.
I didn't realise that actually until...
I spotted it,
until I saw... I'll be honest, I actually put up the clip of the goal. I retweeted the clip of the goal. Didn't pay attention to it. I didn't spot that till I got home. Yeah. I had heard nothing about it or saw nothing about it. Even in the moment when it happened, obviously I'm looking over that direction and I was so focused on the celebrations and the fact that we were after scoring that I didn't notice that at all. But hope everyone's okay there. That was
scary. If you fell down.
Something similar happened in Cove a couple of years ago.
That's right, the exact same,
And Keating scored as well. So,
but that corner of the Derrynane must be bloody jinxed or something. That's where the roof came off that time as well.
Yeah, true actually. Yeah. Stay away from there.
And the other end then was the quiet end. Nobody wants to go near the Bowes fans probably because if you look,
there was an empty section. Yeah,
nobody walked all the way down. I'd say because they're gathered. Chock a block up.
They're too close to the Bowes fans. Would you blame them?
Didn't want to be listening to them.
Oh God, imagine that for 90 minutes. Look, that win, I think, as a moment, not the fact that we beat Bowes, not that because it was Bowes, but I think that moment was just, we deserved that after the couple of years we had to put up with in the first division.
The one thing annoyed me on the radio.
Absolutely brilliant.
On the way home, they said Cork City beat 10 men Bowes. I said, hold on a second. No,
that was an injury time.
that
didn't count, actually.
That didn't count. It was the perception was like it was after happening.
Oh, poor old Bowes came down.
It's not like us last night where we were down to 10 men like for the majority of the second half.
It's like Tim got sent off after full time yesterday. It was like saying he got sent off. Managerless Cork City beaten. Yeah, like no. What I did get a kick out of, actually, speaking of the radio, we were on the way to Waterford yesterday. It wasn't one of the Cork radio stations. It was Southeast Radio, I think.
Oh yeah,
they were going through the fixtures. And
Beat FM maybe or
at the time, I'm not sure who it was, but at the time, obviously pre-kickoff, Shamrock Rovers and Sligo were the bottom two, and they were like the bottom two in the Premier Division meet. I just got some giggle out of them being described as the bottom two. Although to be fair, Shamrock Rovers now are the bottom one. So, no comment there. But anyway,
Look, it's amazing.
They'd still be bottom if the game last Sunday had gone ahead. They'd still be bottom, and we'd have 3 more points. But anyway.
Yeah,
we won't get drawn into that one again.
So it was a mixed weekend. Look, I suppose 3 points out of 6. It's not a disaster by any means.
No, it's not. It's not at all. 3 games in, 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss.
And to be fair to Waterford, they're a team that's in form at the moment as well. They've won 3 out of 4. Like, so it's not like that. It was a random win for them or something. Like,
I think from memory they started relatively okay last season as well and fell off a bit, which, to be honest, I'd expect again this year. It's kind of how they do things, really.
The first goal by Alman, it was like a great finish, like, to be fair to him, like, but
brilliant finish. He was kind of facing away.
Got for a guy that's corner, in his like he's 36 now, but like,
he's nearly 37. Yeah, next month I think.
It just goes to show that the quality is still there, like, and
absolutely, he's been phenomenal for them since he's come back.
Yeah,
but,
I
think even Waterford fans now, obviously now they were all loud on social media last night because they won their cup final or whatever, you know what I mean? But
one team in Munster. Yeah.
I know, one team in Munster. Like, it's this, oh my God, they like
come back when
I get it. Yeah, you've nothing to show for it. Munster is blue. Look at our training gear. Munster's only blue when we decide so. Like, that's Waterford don't. What I go back to when the fixtures came out, right? They put up this thing, 4 meetings with Cork City this year. Like, it was that was what they were looking forward to. We didn't even reference it. Like, nobody cares over this side of the border. You know what I mean? We don't,
It's the teams up the country we care more about than actually. Yeah, it's funny, like, isn't it?
Like, playing against Cork City is their big day out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why the RSC was packed. That's why they love coming to Turner's Cross, because they come to a nice stadium where you're not 14 kilometres away from the pitch because of the running track. But anyway,
compact.
So proper football stadium. But anyway, less about them.
They weren't the only ones playing over the weekend, though. The women were back in action, were they?
Yeah, friendly in the Markets Field, another Munster derby. Against Treaty United. Finished 3-0 to Treaty, but one of the goals was a penalty. There was another penalty saved brilliantly by Clodagh Fitz, and the other 2 goals were kind of against the run of play. So it wasn't a 3-0 game, if you get me. I remember the last time we played in the league up there, finished 3-0 as well, but that was a completely different 3-0 to this 3-0, if you know what I mean. Like, that was a poor performance, really, and below what you'd expect. Whereas this one, again, it was a pre-season friendly, so we were trying things, but finished 3-0, an encouraging performance, and the Women's Premier Division season kicks off on Saturday away to Treaty. So that's pre-season done with now, and all the preparations are done. So
back in
nearly ready to go.
Yeah.
Back up to PRL Park on Saturday afternoon. We won up there last year. First time in a long time. So
fingers crossed, obviously, on the Frank now. And
the squad has come together as well. We've announced pretty much everyone. I think there's 1 or 2 left to go out. New players. So good squad there as well. A lot of departures from last year's squad. A lot of whom have gone to Waterford, actually, funnily enough. But no, there's a good little squad there now, and I can't wait for it to start on Saturday, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it's and when's the first game at Turner's Cross?
The following Saturday, 15th. That's against Sligo Rovers, 5 o'clock kickoff. So that's the last piece of the puzzle. Then that's all the football back for the season. Fridays and Saturdays are back to normal.
Just in time for the Patrick's weekend, so the women are back. So
just in time.
I think we'll probably do something bigger next week in advance of the first home fixture.
Yeah, we want to try and get Frank in. We're trying to tie down a day and a time that suits us and Frank to get him on. So good to hear from him. Maybe 1 or 2 of the players as well, and do a proper. I know it's starting this weekend, but the home game is the one you really want to preview, because we want to try and get a big crowd there to support Frank and the girls. So.
And that's the thing, the first home game is always a big thing. Like, you know, we were lucky with the men's side that the first game of the season was a home fixture. Like, so Yeah, no, best of luck to them in the first game of the season. Hopefully. They started well in the middle section of last season as well. They kind of were a bit slow starting last year, and then it kind of drifted off towards the end, but the middle section was quite good.
There was a good spell, yeah. I remember first game was at home to Peamount last year, then we were away to Galway, which got moved. And the venue got moved when we were about half an hour away from Eamon DC Park.
Yeah, and that was a kind of a bad result for
that was a rough one. I think that was 5-0, and then after that, I think from memory there was a couple of weeks off because it was very stop-start for a while. And then there was a bit of a run put together between the Cup, the All-Ireland Cup, the League.
Yeah. They got some good results.
Yeah, and as I mentioned a while ago, beat Peamount up in PRL Park, which is a ground that's been notoriously difficult for us to go to over the last couple of years. There was a couple of heavy defeats. So we'll be hoping for something more similar to last season's result up there than years gone by. But we'll see on Saturday. That will be on LOI TV as always, so make sure you're watching that.
Excellent. The academy playing over the weekend?
Everybody, yeah. The only team that hadn't played last weekend was the women's under-19s, but they kicked off this weekend as well. So the men's under-20s drew 0-0 in Bishopstown. Cathal O'Sullivan, just to mention there, came back from a year on the sidelines due to an ACL injury, so brilliant to see him back.
It's good to see him back, yeah.
The women's under-19s were in Bishopstown on Sunday. They beat Shamrock 2-1. Shauna Sheehan and Eva Loftus got the goals in that. The men's 17s were away to Waterford, 4-1 win. Ike Manjor, Charlie Hanover got 2 and Evan Pilo got the other one. Women's 17s were also in Treaty on Saturday just after the women's first team, and that was a 2-1 win. Anna Cronin and Orla McCarthy with the city goals in that. The men's 15s were in Waterford as well, 3-1 win. Sorry, no, they were in Mayfield against Waterford. That was a 3-1 win. Ollie Lynch, Jack Cunningham and Fionnán Rickson. And the under 14s were the team that were in Waterford. 3-2 win, JD Foley, Liam O'Keefe and Destiny Ochridia with the goals. So
excellent.
Good weekend.
Yeah, very good. And there was a couple of lads away with the international squad as well. Was there? Did I see David was with the international team?
They were away, yeah. I don't even have the result to hand, but I know there was a couple of players away.
Tom McGrath.
You're going to see that now kind of as all the teams are back and all the international different ages start to go in.
Some of the international fixtures are at different times. They're not all the same weekend.
And you know what? There's so many ages and so many players across the different teams that we'll often get a message in the group, this player played for the 15s. I didn't even know they were away this week. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's the thing, because even at international level, there are some players who play at different ages, so they kind of all have to be spread out and go at different times. But it's always nice to see any city player from any age, no matter who it is, being in the international setup, because it's good. It's a good look for the club and a sign of the good work being done by everyone at the academy and the club.
Speaking in the international setup, you bumped into Irish international Cork man Adam Idah yesterday.
I did yesterday, as match days are busy enough anyway, without having a big press launch added on top. But we were down in Pairc Ui Chaoimh. Remember last week you were asking me about these eyes emojis on Twitter, and I knew nothing about it. Might have been playing around with the truth there last week. But anyway,
I hope you weren't lying to me, though.
I would never, not on this podcast. But yeah, we were down in Pairc Ui Chaoimh. Adam Idah was there from Celtic. Cathal O'Sullivan was there for us, and Rob Downey from the Cork GAA setup was there. And basically it was a big press launch for the Super Cup, which has been revealed. So we're playing against Celtic in the Cork Super Cup, 8th of July. It's a Tuesday.
Sounds good, like Cork Super Cup. I think John McCarthy made the trophy or something, did he?
Yeah, I did. Do you know what? Super Cup, it's the most notions name ever, but I love it. I absolutely love it. I'd love to go down there now, beat Celtic, lift the cup in Pairc Ui Chaoimh. Wouldn't you love that?
Yeah.
Cathal O'Sullivan with a screamer to win it, hopefully.
The Cork Super Cup.
Telling you. The Rebel Army Podcast Super Cup is what it should have been called. But we'll try that. If it's happening again in the future, we'll try to get the naming right.
Super Cup edition or something.
But Cathal and Adam were both speaking to the media down there, and they're both very excited to play in Pairc Ui Chaoimh. Cathal was loving the how big the pitch was, because he'll have loads of space to run into, so he was happy out. And
they'll obviously shorten the pitch, though. They did that during the friendly. Or
they actually had a goal. They had a football goal in yesterday for photo shoot purposes, and it is short. But I think even with the goals in, it's still quite a big pitch.
Was it some of the United players that time were saying like the pitch was bloody massive or something like that. I think it was a Gary Neville or someone like that was saying it.
I suppose for players who are retired anyway, if you're back on a pitch, you're doing a lot more running, or it feels like you're doing a lot more running than you were. Yeah. But no, it was brilliant. There was loads of media down there, loads of attention. A lot of Celtic fans heard about it and ended up down there as well, hanging around outside. So no, it was brilliant. Yeah, they both spoke to the media, and Adam was excited to be back in Cork, and even spoke about how he supported Cork City.
Cal, just a quick one for yourself first on the injury. What's the injury?
It's an impact injury. Went for a few scans and didn't come out as bad as I thought it would be first day. It'll be probably another couple, maybe 3-4 weeks, 2-3 weeks maybe. Depends how it's going to heal in the next week. But just doing recovery for now, and we'll be back soon.
Good stuff. How excited are you with the prospect of playing against Celtic here in July?
Can't wait. Can't wait. When I first heard it, didn't think it would actually happen. But now, now knowing that it's actually going to happen and it's going to be packed in here, walking out in front of everyone, just can't wait. Can't wait for it to happen.
It will suit you, obviously, with the wide open spaces.
Yeah, exactly. The pitch is massive, so hopefully get a bit of space.
Would you have a grow for Celtic growing up?
Oh yeah, big time. Love watching their games and how impressive their Champions League run was this year. And my dad's the same. My dad's huge. He supports Celtic if they're on the TV, or I suppose it's everyone in Cork with the connection between Ireland and Celtic, or Cork and Celtic is huge fans over here. So yeah.
How much do you remember about when Celtic were here last for Liam Miller's game here? You were only about 10 then, right?
I'd say I wasn't about 9 or 10. I remember bits of it alright, but I wouldn't remember a lot of it now.
Adam, as a Cork man yourself, how excited are you about playing Pairc Ui Chaoimh?
Yeah, really excited. I haven't played in Cork since I was like 15, and to be fair, I didn't think I'd ever come back and play. So to come back now in the summer is going to be brilliant, and everyone's really looking forward to it.
Did you ever play in Pairc Ui Chaoimh before, underage or city sports, something like that?
I've done city sports. I've won there a couple of times, so I've got nice memories there. But I haven't played any other sport here, so to have the chance to do it will be amazing.
There's obviously a massive Celtic fan base in Cork as well, and it's going to be a massive turnout as well, so it'll be like almost a home game for you in that respect, I suppose.
Yeah, it'll be really cool, to have obviously Cork, the Cork fans and the Celtic fans be a bit of a strange one, because I think everyone will be supporting the both sides, but it'll be a fantastic day, the whole game, so it's really exciting.
Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, I suppose just from your perspective as well, Adam, I suppose Cathal as well, you're both soccer players and you grew up in a city where you kind of have to choose one or the other at a certain stage. Is it great to see, I suppose, soccer now being able to be played in stadiums like Pairc Ui Chaoimh, to be able to be, as you say, professional footballers, and to not have to throw away that chance of playing in Pairc Ui Chaoimh?
Yeah, I think so. I think, obviously, like you said, back in the day, no one probably would have thought that would happen, if you say here, a soccer match playing here, but look, it's a great chance for all of us. I didn't ever think I'd play in Pairc Ui Chaoimh, so to do it for Celtic, it would be amazing.
And same for you, kind of asked you earlier, Cathal, but
yeah, it'd be the same. Like, you wouldn't really think of, like, especially like Celtic and Cork City to be on in Pairc Ui Chaoimh, a GAA stadium. But recently there's been a few soccer games with the ladies Irish team it's been on, so yeah, it's going to be a great experience probably for both teams. So, yeah.
And I suppose, as Rory just alluded to there, Celtic's a strong support here, so it will be fantastic for you to, I suppose, be playing in your home city, but then also to be having, to have such a kind of a crowd who are so much on your side as well.
Yeah, like I said, it would be a bit of a strange one, but it's really exciting. It's going to be a fantastic evening. The game, it's something that probably never thought would happen. Celtic playing Cork City, and like I said, to do it here will be fantastic. So hopefully we can get a great turnout there.
Okay, yep.
Just for you, Adam, remember last year when Denise O'Sullivan scored here for the women's team, to hear the roar, how much it meant to her to score in her home stadium, in her home city. Did you watch that and kind of go, I want to do that, I want to experience that myself?
Yeah, 100%. Just like I said there, I didn't actually think I'd ever play in Cork again. I think the last time I played there was 15, 16 down in the Cross. So to come back again will be amazing, and hopefully I can get a goal or two. And I don't think you want that, do you? No, it'll be fantastic. Be a great day.
They got up over games locally up in Corinthians Park as well, and the kids, Adam Idah scored a winning goal in the cup final. Like, that must be great for yourself, the fact that the kids get to see you up close in the stadium, can inspire the next generation coming through up in Corinthians.
Yeah, it's weird to me because to me, I'm just the normal guy that's from Douglas, you know. I know everyone back home, so when I see the kids here now, it's a bit strange that I'm almost like their idol, but it's fantastic, you know. I was in their shoes at one stage, even going up to watch all the Cork City games. I remember Colin Healy, and then I'd see Colin. He was my coach at one stage, so it's I know the feeling. So yeah, it'd be really good for everyone to come out and watch us boys as well.
Okay, I'll come back to Trevor because there's one more here.
Yeah, Cathal, just obviously your focus at the moment is on getting fit again and playing with Cork City, but in the long term, have you ambitions to maybe play for a club like Celtic and move abroad?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely an ambition because obviously the link with Ireland and Celtic, like, and it's a huge club, massive club. So yeah, I'd love to go over, play for a club like Celtic.
And Adam, how often would you watch Cork City, or would you pay attention to what they're doing?
It's quite hard sometimes. I can't actually get the games over there. But growing up, I'd watch them, go down to the crosses as much as I could. It was a fantastic day for us, and yeah, it was amazing. But I think when I'm home, hopefully I can go home a bit more now, and have to come down and watch a couple of games. And I still support Cork City, you know. It was obviously my team growing up, so yeah, it's exciting.
Is your 18th birthday is a Wednesday?
Yeah, in 2 days.
Any plans for it?
There's microphones on, Carl.
Yeah. No, I suppose, well, we're training, so I'll have to go in there, and then we have a game Friday, so can't really do much, no plans at the moment anyway.
It's nice to hear a Cork fella. I know he didn't play for City, but the fact that he was, you know, supported the club and
he used to get to turn his cross as often as he can. Kind of highlighted the fact that he doesn't get to watch us as much as he'd like to. We'll have to sort him with an LOI TV subscription if we can, so he can keep up to date. But no, this kind of event I think is brilliant. There's going to be a lot of people in Pairc Ui Chaoimh, there to see Celtic obviously, but also there to see City. And
I know
hopefully a couple of new City fans come out of it as well.
There's a lot of fans of City that are also fans of Celtic, so it's a kind of a nice day for them as well, you know, that they get to see the two clubs they support, you know.
Exactly,
like there's people that I know they go over all the time to matches over there or whatever, you know.
Yeah, there's a big crossover, and there's a lot of supporters clubs as well, not just in Cork but around Ireland, who you'd imagine will be coming down.
There is, like, they're one of the biggest supporter teams in the country, like, you know. So and that goes back to, you know, people, you know, emigrating to Glasgow years ago, and then they supported Celtic. And then
it was an Irish guy founded Celtic as well, I think, wasn't it? I wouldn't, like, I don't get me wrong, I like Celtic. I wouldn't be a big diehard Celtic fan like a lot of people would be.
I did the tour, Cork, but I should remember what
I've never been over there, actually. I'd love to get over to
I have been in the stadium. Yeah, I did go to a match there once, and I'd been. It was a friendly, I think, in the summer. I was on holidays there, and then I was in October. It was COVID times. I was visiting family over there, and it was interesting. Like, they've such, like, I mean, they were the first British club to win the European Cup as well. Like, you know, like in 1967, like, and they won it with a team of locals. Like, you know, it was a kind of mad story.
That's class. I love.
You know, it's kind of pure like
that,
rags to riches type of story, you know, like, but yeah, and like they were unlucky against Bayern Munich. They're on the Champions League there recently. Like, I mean, to be honest, Bayern Munich got a goal in the last minute there.
Yeah, they were very unlucky. Yeah,
you know, so
Adam was asked about that a lot, actually.
Yeah,
even in the press, but just people chatting to them when we were down there. But no, look, they're huge. Like, they're absolutely massive. And
like,
so it'd be brilliant to
I think for me, to see Cork City playing in Pairc Ui Chaoimh.
That's what I'm excited about. Like, it's brilliant having Celtic over, but like, we could be playing against Cork Ramblers for all. Like, it's just, I think being in Pairc Ui Chaoimh for a Cork City game will be something special. And you'd like to think it won't be the last time that we'll be back in Europe, and we'll be back with a big occasion, so we can hopefully get into Pairc Ui Chaoimh and use that.
Well, it was fascinating to hear Kevin, the CEO of Cork GA. I heard him on a number of news programmes yesterday talking about, like, that he really wants the stadium to become like this municipal stadium for the city, and that was great to hear.
Yeah, and I agree with that 100%. We referenced it here before, that it'd be great to have a Pairc Ui Chaoimh and, you know, maybe a Musgrave Park or a Turner's Cross for the smaller events, but everyone gets to, like, this is the stadium in Cork. Do you know what I mean? And
like, if we get to Europe again, obviously we won't be able to use the 4 stands, but we could use both sides. That's what I'd be.
And that's a huge stadium, facilities wise. Yeah,
you get 25,000 seats,
something like that.
That trebles if not quadruples, the audience we can get inside in Turner's Cross.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you think about it straight away, like if we got another decent side, like the game against Legia Warsaw in the Champions League, like that's sold out. The amount of Polish people that wanted to go to that.
Yeah,
that time.
you would have got a huge crowd into Páirc Uí Chaoimh for that.
You know, so like...
No, but I'm the same as you. I heard Kevin O'Donovan saying that, and I was very pleasantly surprised hearing that.
It was fantastic to hear.
The train of thought, and it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant, and I'd imagine we'll be very happy to play there whenever possible.
Yeah. So hopefully the Super Cup becomes a big thing.
And we'll win it.
You know, and then we'll have to host it the following year.
I'll get to work on the champions graphic.
Yeah. And then, by the sounds of that, Cathal sounded like he was excited about it too. Like, you know?
Yeah, Cahill's well up for it, yeah.
You know?
I think now Cahill's missed, 2 weeks. So Cahill's just raring to go for a game of ball now, whether it was in on the green in an estate or in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. He just wants to get on a pitch and get playing. But no, it's very exciting. I think we've been allocated the City end, and the Celtic fans will get the Blackrock end.
Yeah. So
2 loud ends.
And then there's also they're separating the seats as well. So Celtic get the big stand and we get the small stand.
Is it? I haven't even.
Or the posh stand and the other stand. I don't know how it works.
I didn't even realise
But
that.
I'd say no, there's going to be a mix of people.
Oh, there'll be a mix, 100%. Of course there will.
I doubt, the
half and half scarf brigade will be out. Don't you worry about that. It's a perfect
fixture. There's not going to be clashes or anything. There's no reason for that. It's not a rival.
If I see anyone, this is a warning now. If I see anyone, do you ever see these half and half jerseys, whatever about a scarf?
Yeah.
There's anyone in a half and half jersey, you're personally getting escorted out of the stadium by me.
I tell you, when I see those half and half scarves, thanks to God it's not a team in the League of Ireland anyway.
Don't know. They had them for a cup final, one of the Dundalk Cup finals, and I nearly.
Not a hope.
I actually think I stood there staring at them for about 10 minutes, just like, there's no way what I'm seeing here is real.
Yeah.
And luckily I didn't see any Cork City fans buying one, because I'd have been taking the ticket off them and tearing it up and saying you don't deserve to get in.
Well, come here. You were on the telly and all last night.
Look, Adam Idah and all that was down there, but the cameras were there for me. Like, that's
6 o'clock news.
Basically, they wanted someone from the club, and at that point, the only person that was there was me.
Last man standing.
Unfortunately, anyone who was watching the 6-1 last night
fairness to you,
had a bit of a jump scare towards the end. But look, I was laughing. I was saying to Dermot, I was like, come here, I'm just a performing monkey here. I'll do whatever's needed. Whatever you need me to do, I'll do it.
Available for interviews on TV now at 6 o'clock.
Appearances.
You'll be doing analysis for Virgin next.
No bother. I'll fly the drone. No bother.
You'll do that for the game, because they'll hold you to that. Be careful. You'll be there for the Virgin Media game against Strahda.
Oh, God. Sure, look, it's something fun. Be something fun to do, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but so the Super Cup, it's a Tuesday night, is it?
Tuesday night, yeah, 6 o'clock kickoff, I think.
Yeah, so it'll be nice in the summer as well, though.
It will, and you know what? It was a lovely sunny day down in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. It was only my 3rd time ever being down there. Felt a bit like a fraud, and I was chatting to people from Cork GA, and they were talking about the matches that they have on. Sure, I was like, oh yeah,
that makes 2 of us. I don't go in there.
Like, oh yeah, they were talking about the double header at the weekend. I was there for the Liam Miller match, and I was there for Westlife. But they were talking about the double header at the weekend, and I was like, oh yeah. I heard about it, yeah, and I had to look up afterwards just to see who was playing. I wouldn't be a massive GA fan, like.
I've been there for Ed Sheeran, Oasis, Bruce Springsteen.
Do you know what? I am gonna.
Rod Stewart.
I was telling them yesterday. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna whenever there's matches on now. I'm gonna make sure I go down and have a look.
The facilities are brilliant.
It is. No, it's phenomenal down there. Yeah.
I've been at a few events as well, conferences and stuff like that, and I'm sure there'll be opportunities for stuff like that on the day as well.
Definitely. Yeah.
And but like the other thing, there, people will love the fact that, like, you know, they'll be able to have a bit of food, a few pints or whatever. Like,
it'll be a big day.
Yeah. It'll be an event, you know, because we're used to going up to the Aviva for stuff like this.
What'll be funny about it, and I see that's the main thing for me. I like, and this goes back to, you know, everyone, the jokes about the event centre, will it ever get built? Like, I'm sick to death going up to Dublin for everything.
Yeah,
everything. But it'll be funny now, because obviously there'll be people more than just people in Cork going to this. So how many people now are taking half days or sick days to get out of work early to get down to Cork for 5 o'clock to be in the ground? Yeah.
I said there'd be a fair crew over from Glasgow as well.
There'll be a big queue, yeah.
Because, like, if you look there, the likes of Stoke and all them, they brought people over.
They brought loads.
And they're smaller than Celtic, like, you know, like, so.
And Cork is very easy to get to from Glasgow and vice versa as well.
So obviously there's the Glasgow flight, but there's a Edinburgh flight as well. Like so, I'd say they'll be rammed. I'd say
it'll be absolutely.
There'll be people that come over for the holidays, probably stay for a week or something, and go to the match. And
a lot of them might have family over here as well. You'd imagine. So the place will be busy. It'll be worth a lot to the local businesses in Cork as well, which is great to see.
Yeah, I saw it could be worth about 6 million to the economy or something.
Brilliant,
like that. Anytime that there's a match on, because I think Munster, in fairness to Munster, they've played 1 or 2 matches there, and they played that big game against South Africa or something, and that they did an economic assessment of it, and I think it was worth 6 to 10 million or something to the city. So like you can imagine all the pubs nearby, like the Marina Market, the venue bar,
restaurants,
all
hotels as well. Yeah,
they're all going to clean up, like
and it's great that that will be looked at very fondly by Cork, and the people of Cork and Cork City are a part of it.
And it comes at a time then when we get a lot of concerts around the same time and all that. So like Cork will be buzzing in the summer,
and that's what we want. Like we want Cork to be a destination for people as well. That people want to come here to see.
So I didn't
teams or concerts or whatever it is. The marquee is on at the same time as well.
I didn't look at our fixture list around that time. I presume it's a kind of, we don't have like a fixture like we probably, are we at home or away the same week or what like is that around when the European fixtures kick off as well for some of for whoever's after, like Shelbourne and Rovers and stuff?
Well, we have a game on the Friday and it's in July as well as kind of when the cup starts to kick off as well, so July is typically a busy one. So we're playing Waterford away on the 11th.
Okay.
So just after it.
Well, it's not too far anyway. Like
just before it, on the 4th, we're playing Shells away. So it's kind of sandwiched in between
2 away fixtures,
2 away games, and then after that Waterford game, there's a bit of a break. That's when the cup fixture, I think, is the second round of the cup.
Oh yeah,
that's when the League of Ireland teams enter. So,
but Shells we don't know when the European first legs are on. Although they're in the Champions League next year, so they might be a bit later than the Conference League.
Oh, you mean there could be a bit of movement there on fixtures?
Do you know the way those fixtures get moved around in the summer in the Premier League?
I hadn't thought of that actually.
Yeah, so look, we'll worry about that when it comes. But that fixture is cemented anyway, so it'll be nice. We're looking forward to that in July. But
it'll be brilliant, yeah. I've already, my phone, the text for tickets.
They go on sale this week.
Season ticket holders get access to pre-sale tomorrow. Season ticket holders of both clubs, so Wednesday morning. So by the time you're listening to this, that'll be live. If you haven't got your pre-sale code and your season ticket or your pre-sale link and you're a season ticket holder, email the club info@corkcityfc.ie and we'll sort that for you. General sale then is on a Friday. And to anyone texting me for free tickets, go away. You're not getting any. Yeah. And I'm not getting jerseys from Celtic players. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there'll be none of that.
You have to come to Turner's Cross 10 times to even earn a chance of even slightly being considered for anything.
Yeah, so, and speaking of events, an event we've been plugging there for a while, sold out, the Italian 90.
Yeah, the Opera House is sold out for Sunday the 16th of March. It's going to be big, that's going to be class. It's going to be really good, a lot of interest in it. Tickets are still on sale if you're Dublin based or if you want to go to Dublin, for the Dublin edition, which is on in the RDS Concert Hall on Friday the 14th.
On Friday the 14th. Yeah, so hopefully we might get 1 or 2 of the lads on to share their story on the podcast over the next couple of weeks as well. So we'll catch up with them on the night. So we might have some clips, and some of them would have played in Turner's Cross as well, because the Ireland B team,
a lot of them would have, I'd say,
before Italian 90. The Ireland B team, I think, played in Turner's Cross against England, and so some of them would have probably played there at the time. So like there'll be probably stories about that as well. But it's fantastic. But we're back in action on Friday night
against Rovers.
We're going back to our debate from last week. Sligo.
I see Sligo were calling them. So Sligo Rovers played Shamrock Rovers on last night, and Sligo were just referring to them as opponents. Like they put up full time Sligo 2, opponents 1.
Yeah.
Which is way worse than me saying Shamrock. But Sligo Rovers on Friday, who are now going to be really up for it coming into the game off of the back of big 2-1 win against Shamrock Rovers. So be an interesting one. We played them, I mentioned earlier in the pod, we played them in pre-season, beat them 6-2. So the result yesterday would dictate that they're a very different team than they were on that day.
Maybe their season was slow to kickstart, and maybe, they might get a bit of momentum now. Hopefully not too much of a momentum going into our game, but
hopefully not. Yeah, but that's the next home game. Yeah, Friday night. 2 Fridays in a row at Turner's Cross, so they're coming thick and fast. Tickets are on sale for that. All the usual places: Club Shop, Mason, Turner's Cross, and online via Ticket Co. So ccfc.ie/tickets if you want to get those.
It's the last home game for a while, isn't it? Because there's an international break. Am I right in saying
it's
that?
the last home game
until the Drogheda game?
Until the 28th, yeah. So we're away to Shells on the 14th. There's the international break then. And then it's Drogheda on the 28th, yeah, live on Virgin Media. But like the other games, the Drogheda game tickets are actually on sale as well. So
yeah,
if you go onto the ticket page, you'll see there's a couple of games on sale. But main one is Sligo this Friday.
Yeah, so get down to Sligo.
We've had 2 massive bumper crowds for the first 2 games, so we'd like
over
to see
5,000 for each. Yeah.
Interestingly enough, 3 more at the second game than the first game. An increase of 3. It was 5,031 for the first and 5,034 for the second one. So,
wait, I thought there was more.
We might have 5,037 on Friday.
The weight count 1, 2. Is there someone scanning broke?
Oh yeah, get a little clicker. But yeah, hopefully now a big crowd again. For Sligo. They'll bring a few. I know Sligo's far away, but they do typically bring somewhat of a decent crowd. So looking forward to that one. We mentioned earlier we don't have any news yet on injuries for players that went off yesterday or whatever. Freddie won't be involved.
Yeah.
Tim won't be on the sideline because he was sent off, so he'll be up in the gantry with me.
He'll be shouting down again.
Yep. So listen out for that on LYTV. But yeah, that's the plan for this week. And obviously the women are kicking off on Saturday as well, as we mentioned, away to Peamount.
And the academy will have fixtures as well. So there'll be plenty on over the weekend.
Yeah, a full schedule of academy
Every
fixtures
team
as
is
well.
back now. All back in action.
Back to normal. Business as usual.
Yeah, and we'll be back next week with a preview to the women's first home game. And hopefully a nice result from the Sligo game as well.
Hopefully. And Peamount on Saturday. But yeah, we will be back next week. We will see you then.
Talk to you then.